Hello world and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be talking about Rebecca and Ziad meeting his sister. But before, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, subscribing and liking my videos. I appreciate you a lot, and let's get into it.
Is the typical overprotective sister. And he's telling me that her issue is with him going to America. I think that it's deeper than that.
So this week was sponsored by family meetings. I did what 2, 3, 5 videos or 4 videos or 3 videos, I cannot count. I did way too many videos on family meeting. I did Brittany and Yazan meeting the family. I did Nicole and Hassan meeting the family. Now Rebecca and Ziad meeting the sister. And this is the best example of questions that might be asked during a family meeting. Let's keep going.
ادخل.
Hi. How are you? Good.
Okay, notice how the sister only gave her 2 kisses. If you watch Brittany and Yazan, the mother gave Brittany 4 kisses, and Nicole and Azan's mother gave her 4 kisses too. So the sister giving her only 2 kisses is either a sign of disinterest or she just does not like you.
Nice to meet you. I have some gifts for you. So here's some spices that we got.
Thank you. It's very nice.
You're welcome.
I mean, I'm not being mean, but if you're bringing a gift, bring something that we don't have locally over here. Even if it's the simplest thing, like a keychain from America or something that is very simple, it's still gonna be better than something that we have locally over here. I mean, a gift is a gift, but I'm just saying spices is not something that we usually give to people when we go to visit them. Maybe flowers. Keep it simple. You don't have to be... If you overcomplicate it, it's just not gonna work. I'm not giving this advice to Rebecca. I'm just giving it to any viewer who's interested to meeting a family, an Arab family, and they thinking of gifts to get. Just get something very simple and doesn't have to be materialistic. Anything simple will do. Second thing is, notice how the sister opened the gift. Well, a lot of Arab families, when they get a gift, they don't open it right away. They just cover it and then open it privately later, not immediately.
زياد خويا الوحيد ما عنديش حد آخر. عائلة مش كبيرة برشا، مي باش يمشي ويخلينا. عندي حاجات قلتهم له ونجم نقولهم لها زادة لها هي. بون، شوية تحب الطاولة؟
باهي.
اوكي.
Like, the sister has the right to have concerns. Like, just for me, I saw if you watched my first reaction video to them, I saw the 2 of them as a couple. I gave very positive feedback on them. They really look like they're compatible together. But then when you start looking at them from a different perspective, like a family member looking at them, then it's you start seeing the cracks. For me, the things that I could see right away, him being the only kid in the family. Basically, he has to carry the name, so he have to give birth to a man for the man to carry the name to the next generation. Rebecca is 47. She looks amazing for 47, but she's probably at the age where she cannot give babies, or it's gonna be very difficult and challenging to give babies. So that's the first concern, plus the divorces, plus other things. But just for me, the way I see it, this is something that a lot of families would not be okay with. She gave her the side look. Rebecca, run. Run, do not say a thing.
I appreciate you having us over. I was looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, the sister does not care. Okay, here's the deal. If you are meeting an Arab family, if you want to say this sentence, for example, please learn how to say it in Arabic. Why? Because then they would feel comfortable and they would feel more comfortable to answer. The sister, maybe she speaks English, but for example, if this sister did not speak English at all, she wouldn't find an answer for you and she would be just silent. Maybe the sister actually didn't find an answer there because she does not speak the language as fluently as she wants to be. Like she can have an answer in mind, she can understand you have an answer in mind, but her English is a barrier that cannot allow her to answer. So for things like this, it would help a lot if you learn the sentence in Arabic. It's very simple. Learn it in Arabic and then try to communicate in Arabic. That would be more engaging to them. And it's only in situations like this. For example, if you're going to a country and you want to bargain, if you are in Morocco and you want to bargain, I always recommend people to bargain in their native language, because the seller will get overwhelmed and try to sell you for the lowest price, so he can just get done with the interaction. But if you try to negotiate with him in his native language, for example Arabic, he would feel comfortable and just start being cocky and increase the price by a lot. So a lot of people think that if I speak Arabic, the seller is gonna sell me for cheaper, while in reality, if you speak English and pressure him and keep saying, oh, I'm gonna give you 50 for an item that costs 300, oh, I'm gonna give you 50 or I'm walking away, well, they're gonna sell it to you for 50 because they want the transaction to be done with.
I asked Ziad to not leave me alone with her. I am very uncomfortable.
You love Ziad?
I do. I love him very much.
She slipped. I mean, Ziad be having them love handles, but don't do my boy like that. I love her very much. Come on.
What the most think you love in Ziad?
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I don't know. There's not one thing.
Yes, my brother is perfect.
I mean, the sister turned into a car salesman. Yes, my brother is perfect. Runs 10,000 RPM to the gallon. Perfect. I'm just kidding. Like, okay, the question that she asked is very simple. What do you love in Ziad? Isn't that something that couples ask all the time? Like, whenever you're in a relationship, isn't it something that you ask constantly? Hey, what do you like in me? What makes me interesting to you? How am I different than your last relationships? It's things that you ask constantly, so she needs to have the answer prepared, because I bet Ziad asked her 1,000 times.
The idea of Ziad going with you is not good for me. Ziad have a family here.
I know.
Why he must sacrifice and not you?
My children,
You can't sacrifice? Why?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I tend to look at this like I'm giving him some big opportunity, bringing him to America, but meeting his family has shown me that he's actually having to make sacrifices to be with me.
Once again, another very valid question from the sister. And let's just get real for a second. Don't get offended. If you are sensitive, then please just click off of this video. A lot of Americans or a lot of Europeans think that by you being with them, they are gonna give you the opportunity to come and live with them and it's heaven. While in reality, like, you're leaving so much over here. Like, you're leaving the family, you're leaving a life that, even though it's simple life, but let's say you get a job in Morocco and the same job would pay you 10 times as much in America. It seems good on paper. Wow, I'm going to get 10 times as much as I'm getting paid here in Morocco. But in reality is, you're going to spend 15 times more. So at the end of the month, you have nothing left. Everything is spent. And that's the same thing here in Morocco. You can have a nice job but you don't have all the expenses that come with America. Rent is not cheap, food is not cheap, food is not expensive, rent is not expensive, and life in general is just not as expensive as it is in America. Plus, you're with your own people. You are with your own people. There's no one who's gonna judge you for who you are. There's no one who's gonna critique the way you say things and have an accent and stuff like that. I'm not being stereotypical and judging the entire country based on the things that I see on the internet, but I'm just saying it's so many compromises that in the bigger picture, America is not as appealing to us as you might think it is. And I see it all the time. Like, people ask this question, oh, why were you so interested in America? Why did you want to go to America? Andre and his family, like every time on 90 Days Fiance. And I just look at it from like a side view and I'm like, America doesn't have free money that grows on trees. Like, you just have to work. And the people who are interested in America, historically speaking, from 90 Days Fiance, you can see that only the lazy ones that don't even work in their own native countries, and they go to America and they don't even work. Andre doesn't work. Like, most of them don't even get a job. And even when they do get a job, they get faced with reality that, hey, the job that I'm getting is not fulfilling all the needs that my family need. So I see where the sister is coming from. These are the things that to be considered if you are moving to another continent, especially if you have a bad language. You have to relearn English, you have to relearn the traditions, you have to relearn how everything is done, and it's a big adjustment. America is a beautiful country. I bet there's a lot to see in it. I bet there's a lot to do in it. But to think that it's the ultimate dream, while you can have a cheaper, more humble, more beautiful life in countries like Morocco or Tunisia. Have you seen Tunisia? It's so beautiful. So I'm just saying, America is great, but Morocco and Tunisia are also just as great when it comes to quality of living and other things.
Me here?
Yes. And the M there. I hope you like cook my sister. I love cook my sister so much.
I love to cook my sister. Well, I hate to cook my sister. She cooks like ass. Her food is damn near inedible. So there you go. I wish I had a sister like Ziad's.
وشو البروجي متاعك تو كي مش تطلع معاها لاميريك؟
هي قالت لي نشوف لك وانا حاجه تخدمها غاديك وممكن مش نكتبوا ان شاء الله غادي.
And see, this is a prime example on the family meeting. She was not just asking Rebecca to be mean to her or to put her on the spot or to just be mean to her. She was asking Rebecca to get answers, and she also asked her brother, what's your project in America? So are you going there for a purpose, or you going there for the sake of being there? And these are very like open-minded conversation that a family should have prior to you even discussing marriage and stuff like that. What's your project? What's your plan? What makes my brother special? Where are you gonna live? Why can't he make a sacrifice and you cannot? And see, these are valid concerns. Like, these are really valid concerns. And she's not being biased. She's also asking her brother about what's his projects and what he plans to do in America.
What?
I talk with you for how much
Your ex.
how much married in your life.
How much?
3 times.
Okay, 3 times. A lot of Arab families would have an issue with a woman that was married 3 times, and add to the fact that he's the only child, like Ziad, and they want him to have a family that's gonna generate a child so he can carry on the last name to the next generation. And the other thing is, the family would rather him marry a virgin from the same country, from the same religion, so he can have a more normal family. But so I can see why the sister does not like Rebecca as much. Nothing against Rebecca, I really like her. She's a very sweet person, and she seems like a nice person from what we see in her in the show. But I'm just saying, she is not the first candidate that they would pick for their brother.
There are all البيت.
When outside summer rubber. Me number 4, yes.
أنت صحيح حسبت روحك؟
I mean, valid question, especially considering that her last ex was a Moroccan who used her for the green card and left that potato head shaped Moroccan with the weird ass haircut. So that's who she married before. And for me, I see, if she showed them the ex and showed them pictures, I don't think they would approve of the marriage, because they would think that she just hunting these young boys for marriage. I'm not saying that she is, but the family would think that, because her last ex was significantly younger, and Ziad is also significantly younger than she is. So she has a thing for the Arab young men, so they would see it as an issue. Her, I think she just wants love, and well, she gets it, and she gets it temporarily before they get what they also want. Very sad.
We am ask you what different for me and all your ex.
What's the difference? I don't know.
Anyway, that's it for this video. I talked a lot because I feel like this is very important and it's a lot of things that can be digested. I usually wouldn't go in much details like I did in this video, but well, it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. If you're from Ohio, just know I really love you. I meant no harm by my last joke. I know it was a little bit ignorant and I should have edited out, but I didn't, and I'm sorry. Like I didn't mean any harm, and I apologize. And just to cheer up the mood a little bit, I will show you this American that I watch a lot. His name is Drew Peacock. I really love his content, but this is his first time like seeing the Tunisia country and trying to spell it, and it was hilarious. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed weekend. See you on the next one. Peace.
Who's into geography. I wanted to see what I am pronouncing that wrong, Tunisia was like, and came across this video. I don't think I found my new vacation spot. If all of the cars out in Tunisia, Tuna land, if they all